G'day guys, Cleggy here out in the field today. Got a nice little bush setting to do, so brought along the 9-inch Deus, got the smaller coil on so that we can sort of get in between the bushes and that sort of thing. Got all the kit ready, so we'll head off over in that direction there and have a bit of a hunt up the hill and see what we can find. Alright, look forward to talking to you soon. Hopefully we've found something cool. Alright, see you in the field. Hey guys, first find of the day. I've had a bit of a scramble around. I don't know if you can see them. I've upset a few little black ants, but we've scored ourselves a nice little button. There is some writing on it, and I'll have a closer look at that when I get home. But that's a nice little start to the day. Alright, let's go and see what else we can find in this area. G'day guys. Just headed up the hill a little bit higher than we were before, and got a good little high tone, so I'll try and poke the camera down in there, and if you can see him, there's a little button just in here. Another nice little button. The Deus love these little stuff. You get a very clear signal. I'll try and demo that shortly. But they give you a nice clear signal. And just on the way up the hill we picked up a steel donut. Now I just have seen a couple of numbers on there and I can't spot them right now, but I'll have a look at that when I get home. Another little steel ring like this, and just a piece of junk. Alright, so we'll fill in this hole and head on up the hill and see what else we can find. Cheers guys. Just working my way around this area and got a good little signal, and it was indicating it was shallow, and you can see that little fella just here. It doesn't get much more shallow than that, so that's another little button, and it's that's quite a nice little one. 2-hole. I'll have a bit closer look at that again when I get back to the den. It seems to be a bit of a button day up here on the hill today, and you can see the type of country I'm working through. There's a lot of this tufty grass around, which the 9-inch coil's better to work your way through that sort of stuff. You can get around and over it and that sort of thing quite easy, so I much prefer the 9-inch in this. The 11-inch will give you a bit more depth, but really it's not worth it for that extra inch or two in depth, for the hassle of trying to move the 11-inch coil you know, through this sort of country and sticking up and that sort of thing. Alright, well we'll keep going. I'm going to focus on this little area a bit more. I've got 3 buttons on the way up to here, as well as a couple of other bits and pieces, so we'll have a look at those in the review. Thanks guys, see you on the next find. G'day guys, we're tramping through the scrub today, and it's been a bit of a button day. I've got probably 4 or 5 buttons so far, but I was just coming through this sort of thicker stuff here and bouncing off sticks and that sort of thing, and I've got the Deus wound up a little bit on I'm using today GM power settings. I have got the ground balance today on tracking. The reason is that the ground here seems to change quite regularly, so I was having a lot of noise issues, so I rather than adjusting the ground balance every 5 seconds, I went to tracking, and it's made the absolute world of difference. It changed my life today, tracking ground balance. So anyway, GM power settings, pretty factory, 11 or 12 kilohertz if you like. Tracking ground balance, as I said, I haven't really played with anything else at all. So anyway, we cruising along, and again I've upset the local ants, but I don't know if you can see this just here. This was a really low tone on my VDI number. It was sort of around that high 20s to low 30s, and I think it's pretty cool. It appears to be a badge of some sort, and if you can see, that's a bit of a rider, and they're on a horse, but it's missing its head and half its body. But a very, very low tone, so I'll clean that up and investigate. There's the pin on the back there, as you can see, and I will have a hunt around and see if I can find the other bits. But looking at the edge of the break, it has been broken for some time. It's a bit of a relief for me that I haven't hit it with my tool, but that's a really cool little find. I'm really happy with that one. So I'll have a little scrub around here and see if I can find the rest of him. Cheers guys, see you again soon. G'day folks, quick roundup video for today's hunt up on the hill. We've got 6 buttons. Very nice little ornate button there. This button just here says lion moles in inverted commas on it. We'll have to look that one up. But 6 nice little buttons from up on the hill today. A little 22 head that's nicked something on the way through, got a good little nick out of it. That's a good little ricochet. Hope it wasn't too close a call for someone. Just what's left of a larger caliber cartridge here. A little fine belt buckle. Our little horse and rider. I did manage to find its bum end. Couldn't find its head or its tail. Looks like it's made of lead of all things, and being a low tone, I suspect it was picking up on the pin. So not real sure there, but pretty happy with that little find. Over into the junk and the less exciting stuff, some brass bolts and nuts. The big iron donut that I got at about 14 or 15 inches, and it was standing vertical like that. The reason I dug that was the Deus was indicating a deep iron target, and I really just wanted to see how deep. So it was about 14 inches, I reckon, you know, around that 30 centimeter mark, and it was standing upright like that in the hole. I actually got my finger under it and then pulled it out that way. So that was an interesting, more of a test dig than anything else. A little piece of possible saddlery or something like that. A full horseshoe, which I'm happy about. That's going to go on the wall and bring me some awesome luck in my next finds. Some old bits of ornate metal that would have decorated someone's house or something at some stage. Just a nice little piece of brass here that may have come off a pot or something like that. Railway spike. This lever, which I'm, you know, surprisingly excited about. This is probably, I would suggest, off maybe a cart, something like that, and you can see where it's broken off here. Perhaps a brake lever, something like that. Someone that knows more about it might be able to tell me. I like it. The age suggests that it's probably been made by a blacksmith. So it's a bit of, I suppose, old world craftsmanship on display there. So that's going to look good in the rusty garden. Just a little bracket, and this big beast here, this is probably, oh gee, it probably weighs about 4, maybe a bit more kilos. Size wise, it's about the size of my hand, like so. I think it's a piece of wheel. There's a bit of a groove that runs right along the edge here, you'll see. And I don't think it's steel. It rang up as a mid-tone. It's got a date with the gurney and then the rusty garden, but again, I just like it. It's got a very hammered kind of finish, and it was just so monstrously big and heavy. I put it in my backpack and immediately regretted it, but I carried it around for about an hour before I brought it home. So again, it's just something nice that I've taken a bit of a penchant for this stained and rusty metal, and that'll look good in the rusty garden. So there it all is as a whole today. There were a few other bits and pieces that were like very, very unexciting, so I've left them out of here, like bits of junk iron and that sort of thing. But that was today's hunt up on the hill. Highlights being half a dozen pretty cool buttons, and of course the horse badge with rump recovered. Alright, thanks very much guys. This has been my first in the field video. Hope